great compassion is from not attached to attachment or non-attachment. It's beyond worldly, beyond transcendental. Worldly is just only about attachment. Transcendental is only about not attachment. But the great compassion is beyond attachment and non-attachment. Therefore, with everything there is no division. Nibbana doesn't have doctrine, sects, or even religions. Nibbana doesn't have the beginning point or the end point. For Nibbana, there isn't, there is, nor there isn't. Therefore, for all life and soul, with the conclusion for all realms of existence, from the highest heaven realms to the lowest hell realms, is not attached to attachment and non-attachment. Simplicity is not about anything in simplicity. The middle, that is not about anything in the middle. Even the middle is not about anything in the middle. There is no need to mention about the extremity and the slacken. Emptiness is not about anything in the emptiness. Nibbana, that is not about anything in Nibbana. Then it can be the assume up of the great compassion to help liberate from suffering for all beings in all forms. You already have all these parts to help liberate all beings when all beings have the suffering. No matter which forms of the living, is all about difficulties and suffering. So just help relieve the suffering altogether. This is already the part of the great compassion. Or to help liberate from the liberation of the mind is also the great compassion. It is all about the assume up of the great compassion. So for all of you, there is no need to waste the time to separate the beings from the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Arahants from each other. No need to separate sects, religions, or doctrines from each other. Everything is from the true origin, all the same, which is called there isn't, even there isn't. There isn't, there is, nor there isn't. Not being, even the not being. Not being, either the being and not being. When assumed up as the great compassion already, it's just an assume up. It's not something to be attached to at all, not something to be fixated to at all. Giving and that's it is bygone. There is no need to expect for heaven realms or Nibbana furthermore. Help and that's it is bygone. Support and that's it is bygone. There is no need to expect to accumulate any perfection whatsoever. That means you are in the status of the non-attachment. There is no need to try to liberate in any ways because that is excessive. Which is self-torture. Trying to attach, trying to detach is self-torture. The true origin of all things, there is not anything that is called attachment or non-attachment. There is nothing in regards to liberating or not liberating. All of these is because of the desire and delusive attachment that is assumed up. That's why there is attachment, non-attachment, detachment, being bound, being free, which is the original cause of samsara. The true origin, there isn't, even the there isn't. Before there is not. Before there is not itself. Nibbana doesn't have even Nibbana. Nibbana doesn't exist. This is just the language assumed up of terminology. That's all. With everything is from not attached to either attachment or non-attachment. Even from before beginning, even already beginning already, is by the foundation of not attached to either attachment or non-attachment. Helping cut through deluded knowing for all beings is not difficult. In this samsara, everything is just molding water to be something with form, with shape. Assume up to help end the ending, help cease the ceasing for samsara, that's all. Even the great compassion is not something to be fixated to, let alone all things else. To help cut deluded knowing, to help liberate for samsara, for all beings, there is not much at all. Simplicity, that there is not anything to be grasped for. And all beings will follow accordingly, all by themselves. If you are doing much, then they will follow that much. If you lead them towards simplicity, then they will follow simplicity as well. If you lead them to not grasp simplicity, they also will not grasp for simplicity accordingly. Helping through liberation from suffering in the way without complication. And don't look just the humans. From the highest heaven realms to the lowest hell realms, 32 realms of existence. Humans is just one realm in the 32 realms of existence. Therefore, the mind of the great compassion of all of you, it's just to be meant for everything. Proceed altogether with Buddhas, Arahants, Bodhisattvas, all together with all beings, humans and non-humans. Proceed all together. Liberate from liberation to help one another. Free from freedom altogether. Help cut through deluded knowing altogether. Not attached even to the non-attachment altogether for all realms of existence. The essence of the enlightenment is at the same conclusion for all, no matter who. So all the bodhisattvas will have no difficulties to bless beings by one's own opinions and meanings, by one's own belief values. Conclude to end one's own opinions and meanings, one's own belief values, towards not attached even to the non-attachment itself, and proceed with everything with this essence in the way without hesitation, in the way without doubt, in the way that is not going to be called compatible or not compatible, by the foundation of not attached even to the non-attachment itself, and proceed with all sects, doctrines and religions, all races, all nationalities. That will be the power to help one another forever into the future. There is impact, directly impact for the mind and the spirit of all beings to help support one another in the way of giving and sharing in life. It's just natural. Just support, dedicate for one another, but do not do it in a way to exchange for Nibbana, because it will turn into a delusion instantly. This is not giving and sharing in order to accumulate perfection either. Compromising to just dedicate and give in a way that is bygone. Support in a way with bygone. There is no need to wish for anything in exchange, that's all. That is already liberation in itself. Liberation in itself by giving, by sharing and dedicate without expectation. That's all for today. Thank all for all of your great compassion with whatever forms that you give. You already lead the great compassion from the same essence of the Buddhas and the great compassion. You will not fall into lower place in your life. No matter how prosperous you're gonna be, go ahead in the way without attached to the non-attachment itself, because you come from giving and sharing and dedicating in the way that is bygone to the bygone, without wishing for any exchange in return, even any things that is valuable in return. When you give and share and dedicate without expectation for anything in return, Nibbana is right there naturally.